Rubesch. Fischer. 3-3.
Step inside. Walk this way. You and me, babe.
It is still hitting. What's up, everybody? We are here. This is Wildcard on Buzzer, the home field of sports on the internet. Buzzer is a place you can go and just get your best sports content. You don't have to go to 9 websites. You can go to one. It's called buzzer.com. Go there, sign up, come hang out. It's like old Twitter before it got bad. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm Jason Hammonds.
And we are here to talk about the World Cup. It's week 2 of the World Cup, and so it's week 2 of our World Cup. We're still talking about it. Jason, have you been watching the games? What have you been seeing? What have you been watching?
I've been watching the games. I've been having a real good time. Sometimes the games are on mute because I'm watching in like a random hotel lobby or a restaurant that doesn't seem to believe in sound.
Hotel lobby. Of course, you're an international man of, I don't want to say mystery, but
no.
I want to call you an Austin Powers-esque figure. But you certainly have that energy.
I'm a jet setting man. I'm constantly about. The funny thing was the hotel that I was in was actually a hotel in my town where I live, and I wasn't staying at it. I just happened to be there. Which was really nice.
The more you explain about this story, the weirder it gets. So I have even more questions.
There's a really cool building in downtown LA that I wanted to explore, and they had the World Cup on, so I explored it and watched the World Cup. It's the Westin Bonaventure, if anyone's curious.
God, you're like a Wes Anderson character in so many fantastic ways, increasing ways.
I'm trying to Wes Max myself.
You're Wes Maxing. Meanwhile, I'm over here with, it sounds like some light logging happening behind me. So I assure you that I am wearing this blazer, but I'm in full lumberjack mode.
Yeah. You're Bunyan Maxing.
Yes,
was Paul Bunyan a lumberjack?
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, he had an axe. I don't know how much timbering he was doing in general, but I think that's a lovely.
We gotta get to the bottom of that. That being said, yeah, the day that I watched the most matches was the day of draws. I almost said ties, but that's an American term we don't use.
We don't do that, yeah. A tie is like kissing your sister. A draw is basically a motherfucking win, I think is what they say.
Basically. But it was crazy. So Spain and Cape Verde, Belgium and Egypt, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, and Iran and New Zealand all ended in a draw that day. There was not a single match that had a decided victor. Those were crazy matches to watch. That seems, from what I know about football, it seems like a real rarity.
Well, and for those draws are really just wins for the smaller teams. Like,
right. Totally.
It's a huge, the biggest one for me so far in the tournament has been the Brazil-Morocco draw, 1-1. That's so huge for Morocco. And Brazil, the sort of uber champion of the World Cup, having won 5 times. Amazing. And not to be snobby host country, but it seems like scoring goals is easy. We got 4 of them against Paraguay.
For the U.S., it seemed like a breeze.
Yeah. Is that just a massive home field advantage? What do you chalk up the 4 U.S. goals? Because I was playing poker and we had the match on in the background, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, this doesn't happen. Yeah.
It was crazy. I do think, and look, we talk like this, but then, Sweden got 5 and then Germany got 7 against Curacao. So, I guess we can't, keep ourselves too full of it. But, I do think it's just, it's that American ingenuity, right? We're finding our own way to score. We're not just taking the road, paved before us, as they would say in, truck commercials or whatever, right? We're finding our own path toward goals.
And we do speak truck commercial. We're big GMC Will Arnett heads out here.
Yeah, you gotta, because when you run up the torque and you gotta climb up that job and take down that order,
When you're running up that hill, storming up that hill. I think it was a Kate Bush song that they adapted.
Yeah, I think mostly it's Kate Bush lyrics in those truck commercials. If I only could be running up that hill.
I don't want to do that homework for them, but listen up, Toyota. You got yourself
John Cena, whoever's voicing truck commercials these days, you really got to get in there and just rip the Kate Bush lyrics. License the song if you have to. Imagine that there's like a guitar, like a really like a screeching electric guitar solo, but it's just the Kate Bush riff.
Yes, or it's all just it's played on chainsaws. Is someone standing in the back of the truck just shredding on a chainsaw like it's a guitar?
There's got to be
Cutting
someone
their
on
fingers
Instagram.
off. What's that?
There's got to be someone on Instagram who's like making music with chainsaws, right? Like they sort of found like the lumber, the way you can cut it to get different
Brother,
notes.
it's happening right outside of my apartment right now. This is. I've got the ultimate band.
That's right. It's the Battle of the Chainsaw Bands today in Brooklyn. That's I know you're not in Brooklyn, but I don't want to dox you.
I am in Brooklyn.
Are you in Brooklyn? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry for saying you weren't in Brooklyn.
That's the lightest dox of them all. I'm in the borough of Brooklyn in New York City. Folks, we're off topic.
Yeah.
We should say that we are watching along to the Swiss Bosnia and Herzegovina game.
Yeah, and it's 0-0 right now between
0-0.
those three teams.
Yeah. So these three teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bosnia fought Herzegovina.
Yeah.
I believe in the early 90s.
Sure.
And so they had to combine their teams. And here they are. Let's really dip back into Balkan politics, if we could, of the early 90s.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Jason.
Well, a good save there, by the way, by Bosnia and Herzegovina. There was a little corner shot about to happen, and they weren't letting that happen.
Yeah, I will say I believe the Swiss are favored in this, and they are having an onslaught on the Bosnian goalkeeper. But
yeah,
it's
that guy's getting a lot of work today.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of work. Imagine being a goalkeeper. What a nightmare! I know
what a nightmare.
This is on topic but off story, perhaps. But the idea of being any sort of keeper of any sort of goal feels like it.
I do think that, like, to actually try and be on topic, like, but I think it leads to it is that with all of these draws, the underdog team, I think the unifying theme with all of these underdog teams is that, like, their goalkeeper is just holding it down. Like on pretty much every one of these underdog teams, like where the opposing team has just been on their goal all game long, and this goalie is just a brick wall, just keeping it in and holding the team on his back. Like it just keeps happening over and over and over again, where you just see some goalie give a stellar performance and elevate these underdog teams, which I love to see personally.
Agree. Love to see it. Let's jump into a couple storylines to follow here in the World Cup. Obviously, we talked about the Spain was ranked, I want to say, second right behind France coming into the World Cup, and then their tie with Cape Verde, a place that we'll no doubt all be going to on our next vacation.
Absolutely.
The Brazil-Morocco tie draw was really big, and then Netherlands versus Japan was a talked up game. On our last episode, we talked up sort of the tenacity of the Japanese team and how the Netherlands is also going to have a good showing, and they tied 2-2, but are setting themselves up to be real competitors.
Yeah.
Then we have talking about the Brazil match that I just mentioned. We had highly anticipated. They're calling Morocco. They're calling it a golden generation of players, and it's a little bit. So they have a little bit of a heat to them, while Brazil, their star player Neymar, has been sidelined, and I'm sure is feeling pretty angry on the pitch.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing to watch there is, will he be able to come out and play, as they say.
I mean, if not, look, Haiti, they're fourth in Group C, right? Like they're not necessarily a huge threat, but there's a world, I mean, without Neymar, there's a world where Haiti could suddenly shock everyone.
Yeah,
this feels like the year for it.
That's the thing, is there are so many more teams. We talked about this last time. I feel like the prevailing story has been there are so many more teams in this year. It's just more cannon fodder. For to play countries and teams to be knocked out. But I actually think, sort of like the NCAA tournament in college basketball, like there's just more opportunity for upsets. And because scoring is, so much lower, It's like you get a goal, whether it's just a sort of freak play, someone steps up in the moment, a goalkeeper makes a mistake. Like you can get those real upsets, and that is, I think, more what we're seeing here. Really,
Yeah, it shows just how much more parity there is on the world stage than people may have realized, and also just like any given match, like sometimes you just get the right matchup on the right day with the right players with the right rest, like that. There's so many combinations where even if a team, if they were to play 10 times out of 10 and one team would have won 9 of them, right? Like there, there's always that one shot that, like, if you catch the team on the right day, a big upset might happen. And like, yeah, opening up the field of play, just like, it's making more exciting matches early on than I think all of us were coming in anticipating that these would be a ton of blowouts and that like we wouldn't really watch anything interesting. And thus far, like, there are way more interesting matches than there have been, disappointing ones.
Yeah, and some potential history to be made over in the Group G groupings of countries, which is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Where there's a chance for Egypt and New Zealand, who've never made the next round, to make it because of the way everyone's sort of split there. So that's exciting for the exact thing we're talking about.
Do you have, between New Zealand and Egypt, do you have one that you're really pulling for?
I mean, I love the Kiwis. I've been there. I went to Christchurch once.
Is that
years
right?
Ago I was there for a week, I think, maybe 2 weeks, to see a buskers festival. I spent a year traveling after college on a grant studying street theater, where I traveled around the world all by myself. So I went to 9 different countries, one of which was New Zealand. So I was hanging out in Christchurch. I climbed a glacier, and I was there for these like essential like street performer busker festivals in different countries.
That's fascinating.
That was my personal World Cup.
Solo world traveling right after college. It sounds like it sounds like an Alex Garland novel. It sounds like you lived the beach.
Oh yeah, I should write that down. And here's the thing: I read The Beach while I was on that trip because I found it in a hostel, and I was like, "This is like magic."
This guy sees me.
This guy, exactly. That's a
That's
good book.
incredible.
I'll tell you what, that's a good movie.
Good book, good movie. Leo delivered, and you know what? We have it to thank for the Days Later franchise, or the 28 franchise, whichever you prefer.
Yes,
because Danny Boyle adapted, of course, Alex Garland's book, which then paired them up, and they made that franchise. Anyway, that's that's off topic.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is Wildcard. There's no such thing as off topic. Now we're about to prove that as I walk through some stories of some of the stranger things happening in the World Cup.
I thought that was over.
The Stranger Things? No, there's a secret hidden episode, and I'm so sorry, everyone. That's what this is.
This is that, episode. They really went off the rails.
I mean, I don't know if you actually know the story behind this, but Stranger Things ended. Everyone was, not everyone, but many were disappointed with the finale. And this absolutely nonsense conspiracy theory developed online that there was a secret episode that was going to be dropped at like 2 a.m. one night after the finale. And if you know how Hollywood works, it's like, no, that's not going to happen. But man, did people really commit to the belief system.
It was like the first like manufactured Mandela effect, you know? Like that normally that comes from a thing that you think you remember, but this is just a thing that everyone decided they think is going to happen, they don't remember it. They just are like, no, of course.
Yeah, there's
really
no
awesome.
way they would end it that way.
Have you seen what these guys are willing to do? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And they did. But so I have a couple stories I've pulled from Sports Illustrated about some of the stranger things happening. The first one, a weed shop in Toronto had made a World Cup trophy bong.
Huh.
And so the big FIFA, like, I don't know what do you call it? It's hard to describe this trophy. I would call it a not beautiful trophy.
There's a certain elegance to it, but it does look like sort of a dragon holding a ball.
Yes, exactly. And I look at that trophy and it looks sort of dry. It looks a little like it looks a little like an overcooked meat, like a long beef or something. So I like a clean line on my statue. Beef. Yeah. It looks like a long beef. Jerky. Yeah. It looks like a jerked statue. And I don't, not my favorite thing, but that's
look
why
jerked.
it looks a little jerked, lightly salted, dried, desiccated. But this thing is bong ready. It looks very bongy. So this family-owned cannabis shop, a term that feels a little dicey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like Grandpa and Grandma opened Weedhead back in 1930, and it's been passed down through generations. But appreciate the use of the term for this cannabis shop. But
It's owned by a couple of burnout brothers.
Yeah. I mean, truly, it's got to be brothers. But the FIFA, famously slightly litigious, at the very least, sent a 5-page cease and desist because they're selling FIFA trademarks.
Brutal. You hate to see these mom and pop shops, these family-owned, legacy, generational businesses, just get screwed over by the man.
Yeah, the man coming. I mean, they were going to make like, what, $250 off that sick bong? Yeah. Instead, now, here's the way to avoid any legal issues. The two brothers who own the shop film themselves destroying the bong with a pipe. The real gangland murder style. They wrecked that pipe and said, "R.I.P. World Cup trophy bong. That one won't get smoked out of."
Wow. That, you know what? Props to them for making a moment out of it, using it for advertising. And if I'm FIFA, some of this bootleg stuff, it's like, hey, free advertising. It's getting people excited about the World Cup because any random stoner who goes and buys that World Cup trophy bong, they're probably going to watch the World Cup with it. They'll be like, well, I'm not going to smoke out of this thing if I'm not watching the World Cup,
Yeah. I mean, how are you ever going to fight that fight? How are you ever going to make a case to like, let's be chill?
I guess,
be more chill.
Yeah. No, they're historically unchill. Yeah, you can't really expect them to not come after you, I guess, but wouldn't it be great?
One thing that I've found to be interesting is the stadium renaming that's gone on around the World Cup.
Oh my God, all of the anti-branding.
Seeing that this is possible, I was like, yes. Like, I know everyone wants money. We do. That's why we have.
I'm a famously greedy man.
Yeah, I'm a money fiend.
I'm always out of frame. It's exclusively big paper sacks with dollar signs on them. It's just that's surrounding me at all times.
Yeah, you're a real Scrooge McDuck, and that's the energy you give. A Wes Anderson Scrooge McDuck to combine my takes, but the fact that they can now they've rebranded all these American or North American arenas as like Los Angeles Stadium, and I think that's a healthier. Like I want these people to find a way to brand somewhere, but I'd like to at least the name be not cryptodump.com arena, because that I think that's embarrassing to say.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, I'll meet you down at Asscoin Stadium. No, it's the one on the other side of the river.
Believe me, having to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to crypto.com arena or like, any of the SoFi, like all that, where it's like, I miss the days of like, it's the LA Coliseum, it's the Rose Bowl, it's the Forum, it's the, like.
Well, we just have to normalize having a second name that's what the fan base calls it. So, like, the money people make the money, the signs say the signs. But, like, the Bills just got a new arena, the Buffalo Bills football team. And the old one we called it was the Ralph. And because of that was the name. No matter what it got branded, it was still the Ralph. I don't know if we're going to be as lucky going forward. So,
well, and I mean, look, and it's also why this is my like big take is I do think that the cities should own the stadiums. I think like Soldier Field is a classic example of like, Chicago owned this field and it was the Bears' home for a long time, and that should be the Bears' home. The fact that they're going to be moving the Bears to technically Indiana and like building a new stadium there and just being like, no, this is just where you go now. Like, what? Come on. I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
but I do.
Who cares?
It's who cares. I do like it being just Los Angeles Stadium, or although I can't remember what they're calling Levi's Stadium up in Santa Clara now. I think the nice thing is they've been honest about it. They've called it San Jose this whole time, which is great because that is not a San Francisco stadium.
It's a ways. I learned this year, long ways away. Actually.
No, it's not close. My family lived 20 minutes away from that stadium when I was a kid. That was like when we became Niners fans. And they maybe saw one 49ers game the entire time because it's such a drive that why would you ever do that? There's no reason to drive it's like an hour and a half at least of a drive
truly.
up there.
I had some friends that I bumped into when I was out there for the Super Bowl week. And I was like, hey, where are you staying? And he's like, the Hilton. I was like, me too. Let's meet in the lobby. We were in the lobby, and I was in the Hilton in San Francisco, and he was in the Hilton in San Jose. And I was like, where are you? It was like a rom-com, except we were just trying to drink cocktails.
Yeah. I'd love to hear more of the backstory on that, but I won't pry for any details. That's really funny.
We have another story of a tragic postponement of a major volleyball match. Because of Cape Verde's stalemate with Spain, they had to officially pause a volleyball superstar and postpone the match because he's playing in the World Cup, and they're like, "Oh, we're not going to lose immediately. Get rid of this volleyball shit."
But this opens up an entirely other door. There is a player on the Cape Verde soccer team who's also a volleyball star.
I mean, it's a small place. Maybe there's only 3 athletes.
He's like the Bo Jackson of Cape Verde sports. That's amazing. He's like the Bo Jackson of Cape. Oh man, I loved hearing my beautiful line.
I don't know.
Repeated.
Echo slightly.
Yeah,
wouldn't you, if Bo Jackson, rather than playing football and baseball, played soccer and volleyball, what do you think? Would it hit it quite as hard?
I think in Cape Verde it would. And the thing is, they are, because at least in football and baseball, you're you're running in both sports. You're kind of doing a bit of handwork in both sports. Soccer and volleyball, one of them's about jumping and smacking, and the other one's about running and kicking, right? That's completely different parts of your body. That's amazing. I want to shake this guy's hand. I won't get to, but I want to.
Yeah, I want to. Put it on the list.
But yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say quick score update, 0-0 in the Swiss versus Bosnia Herzegovina.
Still attacking the Bosnia-Herzegovian goal. Still staying on that side of the field pretty much entirely.
Red continues. Red being the Swiss.
They should get 2 goalies. Bosnia and Herzegovina. They should have one for each.
But what if they're brothers? There should be 2 brothers.
Right. 2 brothers. 2 brothers who were born on the Bosnia-Herzegovinian border. So that, one was born on the other side, one was born in. They're naturally star-crossed siblings.
Mortal enemies, they fight each other to the death. Open goal.
I always loved one of those fabulistic, certainly not true stories about brothers on 2 sides of a war. I always want to imagine it's true. Should we do a quick update for each group, or do you have more group-specific updates you want to get through?
No, hit it.
Group A, Mexico and South Korea tied for the lead there. Czechia and South Africa falling behind here. Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina, who are currently playing, are at the top of Group B in a tie. Both have 2 points. Scotland seems to be running away with Group C. The USA and Australia in a dead heat for Group D. Germany and the Ivory Coast are pulling ahead in Group E. Sweden at the top of Group F, with, like you say, Japan kind of lurking in the shadows behind them. New Zealand and Iran, Belgium and Egypt are all basically in a dead heat for Group G, as well as Group H with Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, Spain, and Cabo Verde. And then Norway and France atop Group I. Argentina and Austria, Group J. Group K, Colombia is running away with it. Group L, England and Ghana are tied for first.
That England game was excellent. England's much stronger showing than I feel like everyone is expecting.
People must be going bloody hell over there.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that brings me to the next segment I want to talk about. Is a lot of people from over there are coming over here. We have a ton of it's crazy, ton of fans, massive influx of tourists who are in America, perhaps for the first time ever, but
Sure.
definitely the first time in a modern era where our reputation is a little bit different, and so people are experiencing America in a different way.
Do we have different stuff going on over here than they have over there?
Different stuff here than there, and different stuff here than any time in my life. Wow, was that a huge shot from the Bosnian team on goal just now?
Man, yeah, that was close.
That was a great shot, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, it just takes 1 minute for everything to change. But it's the minute 37 if you want to find out when this play has happened. Great shot on goal by Bosnia.
That was could have gotten lucky.
Could have gotten lucky. I say that all the time. But what I'm saying now is there's a lot of people here, and they're actually finding America to be a real treat. We're opening doors. I think people are seeing things that they have only seen in movies and TV. And so we've pulled together some videos with the help of Troy Bousseau here at Buzzer. And we're going to play some videos of people reacting to America. First up, let's show this little vid of a dude trying out some technology that did not maybe see coming.
One of the wildest things I've ever seen. Look at this. It's a self-driving car, mate. What? I honestly thought they only had these in Japan or something. This is insane, bro. Look. This is mental. Do they have these all across America? And if so, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more of my adventures in the US, drop me a follow.
Wow. Blimey. Where are you at on self-driving cars?
I don't. Everyone's like, no one's gonna drive anymore. I'm like, not in my lifetime. I don't want to. I want to do what he did. I'd be like, sick. The steering wheel's moving, but I'm not gonna ride around in one of those in general. I'm not choosing a Waymo.
I have a bunch of friends who love riding in Waymos, and I'm sure they're safe enough, but I have seen you are going to get there slower. You're not getting to your destination nearly as fast as if a person's driving. I'm not concerned about the safety. I'm sure they're going to keep people from getting hit, but I'm not trying to take an hour to go for a half-hour drive.
100%. And they're not here in New York. I did see a test car driving around Union Square in Manhattan last week. I was like, you watch your ass, Waymo.
Straight up. The robots are coming for our jobs, and we gotta figure out what to do about that. But yeah, they're always trying to make left turns onto busy streets and stuff like that, and just not getting ahead. You know what I mean? I've seen them block traffic so many times trying to make an insane move. So I don't know.
Yeah. Not ideal, but I love the enthusiasm of that dude just really not believing it. What?
This crazy,
Look
bruv.
at this! Yeah.
Oh my word! Next you're going to tell me they brushed their teeth here.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's a self-driving toothbrush. That's what we need. This next video, though, is one of our major, some foreigners exploring one of our major exports, which is high school.
Literally feel like I'm in an American High School Musical movie right now. Tell me this is not like everyone's dream in the UK. Sit up here, watch a game, watch a bit of their old football. This is so sick, mate. This is so sick.
Well, that's fascinating.
I love that because it's very funny and it makes total sense. I'm like, all of the movies we grow up watching, the iconic 80s and 90s movies, all take place at these smallish town American high schools where whether it's a horror story, a romance, whatever, it seems like the most intense, exciting place on earth. You've never had that before? It's of course, just walking around, you're like, this is a track. They meet here.
I know it is funny because it is it's the setting of all of the most dramatic scenes in those movies.
Hell yeah.
It's where it all comes to bear. So you're just all the tension is there. But I am do you guys not have like a track that goes around, I don't know, your soccer pitch at your schools? What European listeners, weigh in the comments. What is that like? I gotta like text my niece and nephew who grew up in France. I gotta figure out like if they have anything like that.
Yeah, but you don't understand. It's the vibe. The vibe is different.
Right.
Carrie was here. Back to the Future took place around here. Like
John
all that
Riggins
stuff.
did his thing here.
Exactly.
Or was it John Riggins?
It's not John Riggins, but I appreciate you. If you want to go back, we talked during our fictional athletes draft about I made a case for the power of Riggins, and you.
So John Riggins was a real football player. That's where I got tripped up.
Yes, I think you said John Riggins as well.
No, I said Ted Ruggins.
Ted, right,
on the last one.
All great answers.
Yeah, great answers. I am very charmed by European people being like, look at his high school. Like, that's awesome. That's great. You know,
it
our
is.
Culture.
Our culture is hitting. And here's where it's maybe hitting the hardest. Right here in this next video. Check this out.
Yeah. You want one Coke Zero or two? I can refill this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you won't drink 1,000 cups of Coca-Cola.
You don't know me. And it's free.
You paid for it. You paid it.
Once.
Why?
That was good. Because it's free.
Europe has free healthcare. We have free diabetes.
Now, see, that guy at the end is making fun. And I just want the front end of that video. The idea, like, it feels magical to be like, they keep bringing this stuff over. And yeah, it's bad for you. But like,
Sure.
let's dwell on the magic.
Yeah.
We need a little pixie dust on this country right now. Let's enjoy it.
That is me anytime I go to any restaurant. I'm just like, yeah, keep them coming. Like, that waitress comes over and is like, you want more Coke? I'm like, who am I to say no? How could I pass that up?
Wait till people discover the Coke, the freestyle, the everything machine.
As a soda connoisseur, though, those things, I love the idea of them. As a soda connoisseur myself, as a product of Utah, the great state that invented dirty sodas, I actually think those things suck. The Coke Freestyle machine, the flavors that come out of the Coke Freestyle machine don't taste good. Whatever weird cartridges they're loading in there, the cherry Coke that comes out of that is just not anywhere near the kind of flavor you get out of an actual sort of natural born cherry Coke. You know, these lab grown cherry Cokes are not cutting it for me.
Wow, I haven't heard this take before. What a
do a taste test next time. Everyone out there, everyone thinks they're being fed the real cherry Coke out of those freestyle machines. Do a taste test next time and you tell me.
Here's what I would say. If I had to diagnose the situation, I don't know how these machines work, but I bet it's just dirty pipes. I bet it's just like, you can't have all those sodas coming in. It's not.
Mm-mm. It's not. Because so I was on like ground zero when these things started getting deployed, baby. The first place they tried to deploy them was Ground Coke Zero. So Megaplex Theaters in Utah was like a pioneer in this zone. They were one of the first to like sign up for the Coke Freestyle machines. I walked in there the day they had them installed, and it's the syrup that comes out of that cherry thing. It just is a different cherry flavor than what they actually have in their cherry flavors. And I know I'm getting so stupid about this, but I promise you when you taste it, it is different. There's some sort of weird aftertaste in those syrups that exists that just sticks to your palate in a way that I don't like.
And which episode of Dateline are you officially taking down the freestyle machine? Is that airing soon?
They keep telling me. Yeah, they keep telling me they're still working on the edit, you know, that it'll be out soon, but I don't know.
I think Big Soda, the King Coke has jumped in there and is putting it.
I have a connection though at CNN that I'm still in close contact with. It's I don't know if you know No Reply. He's there. He and I have been emailing back and forth.
Really, you've both been emailing back.
Yeah. I email and then he emails, you know, like it's usually in code. I have to like decode it or whatever. So it like looks insane where it's like mail to failed send, you know, something like that. And you have to kind of put it through an encryption thing.
As long as you can read it, that's fine.
I can read it.
Oh, you can read it. I don't know what you have coming up for your weekend plans, Jason, but maybe it's something to do with this guy right here.
You are a foreigner here in Texas for the World Cup. please hit my line. I'm in Austin, but I'll drive. I love watching the videos of you guys doing American stuff for the first time. Love it. We can go get barbecue. We can shoot guns. We can go watch Top Gun somewhere.
Yeah.
We can
Yes.
go slam beers at a dive bar.
Amazing.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
That should be our ambassador to all. We should just have one ambassador to because that dude. What did he list as the 3 things? Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
If you're in Texas for the World Cup, please hit my line. I'm in Austin, but I'll drive.
Hit my line.
I love watching the videos of you guys doing American stuff for the first time. Love it. We can go get barbecue. We can shoot guns. We can go watch Top Gun somewhere. We can
see now. I feel like he's strong out of the gate with barbecue.
Yeah. Barbecue
guns
super
quick.
Strong.
Yes, and he's right. We had everyone. I think it's like we didn't have Mexican food in America until the 90s. I think barbecue in other countries, it just hasn't crossed over. No. So I feel like that's a great selling point.
And especially he's in Austin. Like you can take him to Franklin. You can take him to the best barbecue places in America.
100%. Then he's like, shoot guns. Makes sense. He's probably looking at guns off camera.
He certainly has a wall right on the side of camera that's just racks of guns.
Where he loses steam is number 3, watch Top Gun.
Now, why do you think he loses steam?
He literally is like, can't think of a third thing, I think. I don't want to go too hard. But Top Gun, if you say guns and you're like, what's next? The Top Gun.
The Top Gun. But to be fair, and I just to give this guy a little credit, Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, I think last week, they might still be in theaters, but those were both re-released into theaters, so they were available to go and watch on very big screens nationwide. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they want to do a double feature. Maybe that's not something you have in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Movies.
Big old IMAX.
But let's just to finish out.
Go slam beers at a dive bar.
Slam beers. The use of slam. This guy is 80s movie character brought to life. He is the look at the look on his face he has right now.
Yeah, that's a bully from an 80s movie for sure.
Look at that.
Central casting.
And I like how open he is. It's really, it's just really nice.
I think that's good. And I do honestly think, like, if you are a European in America for the first time, you kind of want to be able to just go shoot a gun and eat some barbecue. Like, that is, like, for better or worse, it's like, no, just like, I hear you guys, like, have these places I could just go and, like, grab a gun and shoot at a target. And, like, yeah, we do. Like, it's kind of fun. Like,
It's, I mean, I don't want to say it's our number 1 export, but sorry, Atlantic writers, but this is what people want to do when they get here.
Kind of is, and you can write all your think pieces you want about it, and it who's to say what that means, but it is just a fact.
Yes, it is a fact. All right, let's do 2 more of these. Let's do this one, keeping it in the barbecue theme.
Holy bowling. This is amazing. This is macaroni and cheese.
Did you know that macaroni and cheese is considered a vegetable in the South?
I agree with the South. Homemade macaroni.
I have a couple of thoughts on this.
Yes.
And I know this is going to come off as elitist, and I apologize to our European viewers for any elitism that might come off. Whatever place they were at, that is not a real barbecue joint.
I agree. That mac and cheese looks awful.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
It looks like it's cheeseless.
No real barbecue joint is like putting single serve mac and cheese into a little cast iron thing and then firing it at the same time. They're doing it in a massive freaking tin and then scooping it out onto your plate. Yeah. And then they'll top it with some of the breadcrumbs and other stuff. But like that's like a Chili's type situation.
That dude's in a Panera, and he's still loving it. He's still loving fast cash,
which is great. But just seeing a bunch of cans of Bush's beans like on an IKEA shelf behind him and stuff with like the sweetened condensed milk, that's not a real barbecue place.
the takedown. All right, let me see
But
if I
it's-
can.
I'm sure it's good.
Let me see if I can win you over here.
Do brisket better than anyone else in the world.
Yeah.
British dude.
It's melting
He's doing
in your
so much beauty shooting of
I went
these
fatty.
briskets.
Yeah, that's a decent looking brisket.
Yeah.
Want a bit of the off cut?
Paint that
I don't
gold.
get
That's
like
the
that.
FIFA Cup. Paint that gold. That's the FIFA Cup.
Heaven. Texas nail.
Okay.
Look inside. Look at that.
Eh.
Jesus Christ, that looks amazing.
It looks tasty, but I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm here for
That's
that.
nice.
Taste test.
Yeah, that's nice.
How do Americans cook so well? I do not know. Don't laugh. Brussels sprouts, gratin.
I mean, this guy's not eating a
6 out of
small
10.
meal on
My
camera.
situation for Christmas. Mac and cheese.
Now that's mac and cheese.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Tasty. I just feel like it could be a bit more al dente.
I really
Wow.
keep more al dente. Shut up.
We're like, oh, all these people are so nice. We're like, this idiot thinks it
Shut
needs
up.
to be cooked different.
Yo, you're getting macaroni and cheese at a barbecue joint. It's not going to be al dente. That's going to be overcooked mac and cheese, and that's the way it should be.
It should be a goo. It should be
Goo.
it should be one consistency from cheese
yeah.
to mac.
You barely sense the noodle. The cheese
It's
is
not
thick, the
mac
noodle's
then
thin.
cheese. It's mac and cheese. It's
Damn right.
it's a combination. It's not a 1-2 punch.
right.
You're not getting al dente mac and cheese.
No, they're
that's a
conjoined.
public
You don't know
service
where
announcement.
one begins and one ends.
Exactly. Just like conjoined twins.
Al dente.
But let me throw out this last video. One of my faves. This one really made me smile, and on a positive note.
Ooh. Love it.
That is awesome.
That's so good.
So good. And what I love about that especially is it feels like it just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anyone that plays the bagpipes or have been around them. Those dudes carry their bagpipes everywhere. They're like, whip them out.
they?
And everyone's like, nah, no, don't. But in this case, perfect.
Glad he did.
Glad he did. And for those of you that don't know about the drummer, this is very much an American City thing. There'd be someone who puts together an improvised drum set with different size plastic, 5-gallon pails in different sizes, and just collected items from the street. And those guys will just play on the side, and obviously he's unbelievable. But that combo is so good, and really I think speaks to, not to be all rah-rah, but speaks to why the World Cup's important. Is like people coming together and just having fun like that.
I love to see it. I mean, like, it's very rare that you get to see like stomp style street bucket drums, like busker style drums with like a crazy instrument like that. It does tie it full circle. Did you plan that when you started talking about your busking journey? Did you know you were going to end on this?
No, but I love
Natural
it when it comes together. We have hit halftime in the match. It is still 0-0, but it's setting up to be more of a game than I thought it was going to be. So it's an exciting one.
Yeah, this will be a good one to watch. Good one to keep track of. I hope Bosnia and Herzegovina can pull it out, but only time will tell.
They had a great corner kick right at the very end that didn't result in the goal, but was still very cool.
Yeah.
But for all of you, we will be back next week with more Wildcard. I think we'll probably do a little bit more World Cup, and then we've got some other interesting stuff to talk about. We have a million other things happening here on Buzzer. Check out Kayla Becker live on Monday the 22nd. We've got some great guests. That's at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on Buzzer, right at the top of the social feed, so you can just see it when you get there. That's my plug. What do you
welcome back to Buzzer, everyone. Just get on here, check it out. We got all sorts of people talking World Cup. We got people talking WNBA. Next week, WNBA Tonight on Thursday nights. If I Was a Betting Man coming out live on Wednesday nights and to your podcast feeds on Thursday mornings. The sports betting here for the World Cup, man, it's running a mile a minute. So make sure you keep up on that. But it's we got every angle of sports covered on Buzzer.
Please come check us out if you haven't yet. In the meantime, for Jason, I'm Justin. We will see you next time, and enjoy this video one more time.
Here we go.
Rudesh, Fischer, 3-3.
Step inside.